Imagine finding something in your house that could take you anywhere in time. What if you could see dinosaurs, meet famous people from history, or even visit the future? This is the story of a boy named Chrono, who discovered a mysterious device that let him do just that. But time is tricky. What he found out on his journey might surprise you. Stay with us, because the best part of this adventure is right at the end, and you won't want to miss it. It was a quiet night, and Chrono was exploring his grandfather's attic, a place full of old, dusty things. As he looked around, he spotted something strange, a shiny metal device glowing with a soft blue light. Chrono couldn't believe his eyes. It looked like something from a science fiction movie. "What is this?" he whispered to himself, feeling both excited and a little scared. He reached out and touched the device, and suddenly he heard a soft voice inside his head telling him secrets about time. This was no ordinary machine. It was a time machine. Without thinking twice, Chrono pressed a button on the device. The attic around him began to spin, and in a flash, he was no longer at home. He had traveled through time. When the spinning stopped, Chrono found himself in a busy old city. Everything looked so different. The buildings were made of stone, and people were wearing clothes like the ones you see in history books. He had traveled back to an ancient kingdom. Chrono walked through the streets, amazed by what he saw. There were huge pyramids, golden statues, and markets filled with colorful fabrics and tasty-smelling food. But as he looked closer, he noticed something strange. The people seemed worried, and there was a heavy feeling in the air. Chrono soon found out why. The kingdom was in danger of going to war, a war that could change history forever. He had a big decision to make. Should he warn the people and try to stop the war, or should he stay quiet and let history play out as it was meant to? Before Chrono could decide, the device activated again, pulling him forward in time. This time he was in a city of the future. Tall skyscrapers made of glass and metal, hovering vehicles zipping through the air, and people with devices implanted in their bodies, connected to a vast network of information. But this future was not the utopia he had imagined. The people were isolated, living in their own virtual worlds, disconnected from reality. The air was thick with pollution, and the sky was a dull, lifeless gray. Chrono could see that this future was bleak, the result of years of neglect and over-reliance on technology. Could he change the future by warning the present? Or would his interference create a future even worse than this? Just as Chrono began to ponder his next move, the device flared up one last time, and he was thrown into the most terrifying place yet, the end of time. Here, everything was silent. The stars had burned out, the planets had crumbled into dust, and there was nothing but an endless void. Chrono floated in this emptiness, alone with his thoughts. He realized that time was fragile, a delicate balance of past, present, and future. Any change, no matter how small, could have catastrophic consequences. But as he floated there, he also realized something else. Time was not linear. It was a circle, a loop, always beginning and ending, then beginning again. With this newfound understanding, Chrono knew what he had to do. He activated the device one final time, not to change the past or the future, but to return to his own time. The lessons he had learned would stay with him forever, a reminder of the power and the danger of time. Chrono returned to his attic, the device now silent and still. He placed it back where he found it, knowing that his journey was over, but the possibilities of time were endless. What if you could travel through time? Would you change the past or explore the future? Or would you, like Chrono, realize that some things are best left as they are? If Chrono's journey left you with more questions than answers, then join us for our next adventure. There are still so many mysteries left to uncover. And remember, the journey through time is only just beginning. Subscribe and stay tuned. You won't want to miss what happens next.